The Golden Bull, Chapter 6. Malak took the lead, heading off with short, fast steps. But under the scorching sun his pace soon slowed and his bald head gleamed with sweat. The silent men walked behind Malak in a haze of dust and dirt scuffed up by their feet. Jomar, near the end of the line, had grit in his eyes, his mouth, his nose. "We were next to a reservoir that needed work," Jomar said quietly to the man nearest to him. "Why are we leaving?" The man looked straight ahead. "First we must clear a canal some distance away." He pointed his chin at Malak. "When we're close to exhaustion, he'll have us return to clean out the reservoir before he lets us eat or sleep." "He's cruel," Jomar said. The man shrugged. "Cruel and clever. He knows how to get work out of the farmers. If their labor pleases him, they'll have a good meal and all the beer they can drink tonight." "You sound like you've done this kind of thing before," Jomar said. "Many times for many years," the man said. "I'm Katnu, a temple slave assigned to travel the farmlands with Malak." He turned slightly so that his bare back, covered with welts and jagged scars, could be seen by Jomar, marks of his displeasure. Horrified, Jomar stared at Katnu's back. Katnu looked at Jomar with a sorrowful expression on his wrinkled, sunburned face. "I pity your young sister. Both of you must do your work well and give Malak no cause for anger. I'll leave your side because it will go poorly with me if he sees me talking to you." Katnu lost himself among the other men. The crew came to a halt at the bank of a debris-filled canal that had once carried water to neighboring fields. "Remove the loose rocks from the canal and put them on the banks," Malak ordered. "Shovel out the silt and spread it on the ground. Rebuild the collapsed banks with the rocks to hold the water that will someday return." He settled under a yellowing palm tree, the only shady spot in the parched field. Soon his eyes were half closed. The work called for no special skill, only endurance. Without a shovel to remove the caked mud, Jomar collected and stacked the rocks and the others heaved out the canal. The hot, dusty day wore on. The ache in Jomar's back gradually increased, and his hands became covered with cuts from the sharp, jagged rocks he handled. He listened to a steady, soft rumble of complaints from the men who worked close to him. "What right do they have to take us from our farms? Let slaves do this work. I treat my animals better than he treats us. My mouth feels like a desert. I need something to drink." Only Katnu was silent. Jomar guessed that a slave had no right to complain. To avoid Malak's anger, Jomar stayed as silent as a slave. After the canal had been cleared, Katnu woke Malak, who'd been sleeping with his head lolling to one side. Malak rubbed his eyes and lurched to his feet. "Your tasks here are finished," Malak barked, while tugging at a small silver flask that hung from his belt. "We return now to clear the reservoir." When he put the flask to his lips and drank, there was angry muttering. "See that the work is finished before the sun disappears. When he put the flask to his lips, he said, "See that your work is finished before the sun disappears," he said. "Tomorrow you'll repair the other canals that you farmers have ignored." Tomorrow. They had expected to be in the city tonight. They were trapped, unable to escape Malak's powerful hold on them both.